like to think that I'm okay, and some days I am, and then other days I just feel like a broken mess, and I keep up, and I just want to be good. Like, I want to be an asset to the team, and I feel like I'm just sort of not failing, but I'm struggling. I always have these thoughts. I'm like, what am I even doing here? I'm just like, I'm not any good, which I know is a lie because I know I'm good at my job. I get extremely anxious and unknown. It's like, it's fearful because you're like, okay, so what's going to happen? Like, I am so, I get eaten. I honestly feel like I'm eaten up alive with fear a lot of the time. Because it's insane. I wasn't lying to you when I said I'm a hot mess. I feel like it's there. I just don't know if I am dealing with it. I think I've been covering it for so long because it hurts. There's so much pain. I don't know where to go with it. Not that it's anything recent, but yeah, we lost mum and dad the other year, and it's still it's still hanging over me. It's always there, and just feeling hurt and broken and sad and miserable and missing them. I feel like I just miss being able to talk to them about this and venting to them, and I don't know, there's just something about going to your parents, like having your mum, having your dad, and you're just like, hey, my life's blowing up, what do I do? And they were always there to reassure me that I was strong enough and that I could take on the whole damn world if I wanted to. And since they're not here anymore, I just don't believe it, because they'd always say it. They're like, you're so capable, and I'm like, I just don't feel like that anymore. I don't feel like I've never been set high expectations from them. It's not that. It's almost like I've put it on myself for whatever reason. It feels really heavy on me. There's a lot I put on myself to, like, I'm expected to do. I'm expected to be a good sister. I'm expected to be a good auntie. I'm expected to be a good friend and upkeep all these relationships and be a fantastic person, and like, I'm not broken. That's what it feels like. It feels like I have to be okay at everything. Like, I have to be good at everything. And it's not that anyone's ever told me that. It's for whatever reason I've built it up in my head. Being alone is honestly something I'm most scared of. And for whatever reason, I just feel like if you're alone, you don't have love. You know, have this video call, whatever this leads to. I'm like, if I can just have someone help me, even if it's like, not tell me, but just help show me how I can do that, how I can find that out. It's awesome, because I've tried therapists, I've been to psychologists, and you know, no one's ever given me the right they've never shown me the right way to be able to go and do that for myself. They're like, oh, we can diagnose you with all these things and but we're not actually going to help you. I'm just ready to be able to start putting down, or like finding things that I love and I enjoy doing that are going to define, like, yeah, just finding that definition of how I can answer the question. I'm like, this is who I am. And they help encourage me and lift me up. They're like, you're amazing, like, you are such a phenomenal person, like, you're so strong, and I love the compliments, I do, but it's also really hard for me to take on board, because I'm like, but what, like, how, why, what? No, not at all. And then it's hard for me to open that part up to them, because I'm just like, it's so raw, it's so vulnerable, and I feel like if I were to actually openly show that and like how broken I'm feeling, like, people are gonna be like, whoa, like, what's her deal? Because I'm like, well, then if I, you know, when I'm not working, like, then it's quiet. Quiet's not good, because quiet's when all the bad thoughts come out. Weak, and yeah, like, just not being able to make her feel better. And I'm just still so mad at it because we didn't have time. Really, like, yeah, upset. I need my mum. So I guess this is just me on my journey on finding healing, trying to heal from it all.
The person I am, she's always been there. I've just covered her up so well, but I feel like she's made a hole. Like in this fortress, there's this tiny little hole, and like she's just working her way through. She's getting louder. I can start to hear her. I'm like, okay, like I want to let her out because I feel like it would just be so freeing to finally be in that space where I'm like, I can say all these good things about me and believe it. And not necessarily get tearful about it because I'm just like, oh, that's so beautiful. I'm like, yes, I'm a boss bitch. I'm amazing. I am worthy. And like, I know that's there in me. A part of me, there's a small belief and I just need to work on it so it's just there all the time. I know she's there. I just need to let her out. I would say at the moment I feel disheartened and just happy. Yeah, I'm struggling to believe in myself. I'm struggling to show myself self-love and all the things that I want to believe in and just be like, I am amazing. I'm so rad. I have all these compliments and things to go by, and it hurts because I'm just like, I don't feel that, and I want to, because if other people can see it, then there's obviously something there. I just need to take my fear goggles off, my self-loathing goggles off, I'll call them, and yeah. I guess I'm expecting to be able to have at least tools in a sense. I don't want to say or sound like I'm doubting it, but I'm just like, I'm not sure if it's gonna work 100%. There feels like there's a lot of things to get rid of, and I would at least like to know when and if those situations ever arose again, how to knock them on the head before they become this big issue. I'd love to just believe in myself and be like, you know what, I am just this fantastic hot thing, like ain't nobody can touch this. I just want to be able to let go of these things and not, like you said, not have them as a problem anymore. I'm just like, for whatever reason, I've obviously grasped onto them that tightly. They've built this fortress, and now it's not even a part of like, yeah, I want to let go, but even letting go, it's like it's still there, because like it's like, yeah, okay, I don't have a hold of it anymore, but it's still built, it's still there. How do I put it away? The first time I'm just in a period of my life where I get to start making my own decisions. That's what it feels like, even though I'm very indecisive about that. But I don't have to seek permission. I don't have to, get anyone's okay to do this but me. And it's about damn time I start loving on myself. Like, I'm so sick of feeling miserable. Like, I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of just feeling so negative towards myself. I just want to be free.
What are you looking forward to the most?
Enjoying that freedom.
Yes.
And being fine, being on my own. Like, I just want to be okay and be happy and enjoy the time and company with people that are already in my life. Like, I need to stop stressing. I guess it just is so ingrained for whatever reason that, you have to have the house and the white picket fence and the family to be happy. And I'm like, well, no, like, you can be happy with that, but that's not the only thing you need to be happy with.
Stop it. Oh, wow. I just wanted to go in and give myself a real big hug. Oh, wow. And that's where it all started, hey?
Yeah. What's it like seeing where you were like a month ago?
Oh, confronting a little bit. Like I was almost getting teary-eyed watching the first part of the video because I'm just like re-watching it and then remembering, like sort of reliving it from that perspective, like remembering that moment and just like how broken and how hurt I was feeling. And I'm just like, it's incredible the amount of difference and how far I've come to not feel like that anymore. It's surprising in all the best ways, but all I wanted to do was just give myself a really big hug. But I'm so proud of that person because she's led me to me, and obviously like all the future Sarahs, like all those future moments that are yet to come. And I'm like, she started this, she got the ball rolling. Like, wow. Yeah, she was there, she was done. She's like, nah, I don't want to feel like this anymore. And you know what, I'm so happy about that.
Do you feel like you got what you were looking for?
I feel like I got what I was looking for, and maybe even a little bit more. I guess I wasn't sure what to expect coming into it, even though you had said like, hey, this is what you're gonna get, and da 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 da, and you know, like this is the healing that's on offer for you. I just didn't realize that this is what it would feel like. It almost gives me the shivers. Like, you know how you get that like little tingling sensation going? That's almost what it's like. Because everything is just, I don't know, my horizon just seems that little bit broader now. It's not so like it's kind of crazy rewatching that and just seeing like that's where I was. Like that was my headspace. That was all the emotion just boiling up inside. I was thinking, you know, while I was watching the first part of the video, like our very first conversation, and I'm just like, that was the first time I'd ever really given words to it. And that's amazing. Like it started everything. Like how do you even give words to something like this? I don't know, it's like falling in love with something new for the first time. Not even just falling in love, but like just falling in love with something new, falling in love with a new experience, with a new circumstance, not with a person, but like falling in love with a new ice cream flavor. Like, just something that makes you so irrevocably happy.
If you could put, knowing what you know now, if you could put a dollar figure on this transformation and what it's given you, what would you say it's worth to feel how you're feeling now?
Honestly, $1 million. Like, I mean, and if it cost $1 million, I would have sold limbs. I wouldn't even care. I would have found the money somehow. Like, just sell my organs off. It's okay. Just heal all the emotions internally. The rest, it doesn't matter. It's fine. I knew it was impacting me, but at the same time, like I never really knew by how much, which is scary to think about, because I'm like, if you leave it going and you don't do anything about it, what's that going to look like? What's that going to do to you in 5 years, in 10 years time? Like what, you know, I wouldn't even want to imagine. I'm incredibly proud of myself. I don't say that very often, but I am. I'm just very proud and very happy that I've done this and that I've seen it through. I love that lesson, like choosing yourself, being able to choose you, like you are important, you are a priority. Us as humans, we need to see ourselves individually as important. I don't think a lot of us give much time to doing that. If we did, I think we would be living in a completely different world.
Results that you got that you didn't expect.
Honestly, the loss was a pretty big one. Truth be told, like that's just held so heavy on me, and I wasn't entirely sure whether that was going to go away. Yeah, I guess I just wasn't expecting the outcome that it's had and the sort of freedom that it's now given me. I thought that one was going to be a difficult one. I thought that was not going. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to happen. I'm just like, nah, that one's staying. Again, it's just changing your perspective about it all, and it's made it that much healthier, I think, my mindset for it anyway, and I was very grateful for that.
If there's anyone out there that's feeling the way you did before Creatrix, what would you say to them if they were considering trying to get help and doing Creatrix?
Don't minimize your needs. It's probably would be the first thing I would say, because we're so in tune of just obviously wanting what's best for others and for others to do well. We don't really internalize that, so we just think, oh no, we'll just push through, it'll be okay. Just give yourself the time, give yourself the space, and let yourself heal. It's like what they say on airplanes. You need to put on your own oxygen mask first before you can fit anybody else. It's exactly the same thing. You need to take care of you first before you can take care of others. Yeah. So take care of you. Choose you.
Can you tell me who you are now?
Yeah, I'm Sarah, first and foremost. I am confident and a brilliantly smart, ambitious woman who knows her desires, who knows her dreams. She's quite capable. She's really, all in all, she's pretty amazing. Not defined by any title. It feels pretty good. I always thought it was weird speaking kind words over myself. And I think that's what sort of always halted me from answering that question. Oh, well, who are you? It's like, well, what really defines you? I'm like, well, it's not just a job. It's not just, your family or titles. There's so much that goes into the makings of who you are as a person. I'm like, you can be smart, you can be brilliant, you can be beautiful, you can be confident, you can be all these things, you can be worthy. Like, they don't have to be titles that define you as a person. It's just things, even, and that feels good. It feels so good. I would not have done this a month ago. I'd be like, oh, I don't know. Like, give me a few months to write maybe a sentence and I'll come back to you. I can't. I can wait. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I can wait for what's to come, but I don't know. It's got me curious. My curiosity is piqued now to see what's going to happen next. It is. I much rather curiosity over fear. Yeah, like a lot of emotion and a lot of like disbelief and just sadness and overall like anything and everything that you can probably describe it as. Like, it was all there. And I just got into a spot now where I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful for the time that I did have. Grateful for the memories that I now get to keep forever. However much I wish those people could have stayed longer. But I'm like, you just need to take hold of what you did get and not forget about that. And that makes me smile. Like, that makes me happy. I never thought I would have been here with that, truth be told. I couldn't have even imagined it. And now that I am, I'm just like, wow, this is pretty incredible. I love this feeling. And you know what? Like, I mean, it took me, I was going up and down about it, but I actually ended up working it out. And I feel like I told you this, but I'm like, out of all the psychologist appointments that I had been to and probably would have kept going to, in the long run, it is cheaper than seeing a psychologist. Holy dooly. Like, the end result is that you don't want to keep going. And I feel like people fall into that trap where they're like, oh, I'm never going to get better, so I have to. I'm like, well, now that I'm here on the other side, I'm just like, well, no, you don't have to keep going. Forget about the tools. Just get that body bulldozer. Let it all crumble. My heart feels warm. That's what this is. It feels warm. It feels like it's kind of got that light back in it again. Everything happens for a reason, and I feel like whoever is in charge, whatever being, whatever person is pulling these little strings, they coincided us at the right point in time. And I'm so grateful for that, because I'm like, I have no idea how I would keep going if I would not have done this. Was that finally able to set her free from that fortress? It feels so good. Oh no, it has completely knocked the F down.
And our job here is
done. I can't stop smiling.